Compassion Now Network for All, in short, CNN for All, Urbana, Illinois, USA.
Oh, and Bethel House of Refuge, Muhammad, Illinois, USA presents this week's breaking news in wellness and health for all people and all professionals. Hi, I'm the Pete of Dr. Z and Pete, presently the CEO of Bethel House of Refuge in Muhammad, formerly the Executive Director of a prison ministry in the area, and previous to that, I was the president of a commercial construction company operating in East Central Illinois. I, with my wife, Stephanie, who works as a senior travel specialist with the electrical and computer engineering department in UIUC, we currently reside in Farmer City. I get tongue-tied with her title. It's such a big title. I'm just a plain old guy. This is my friend, my distinguished co-host, Dr. Alex Raymond Zachariah. Doc is also a medical professor, as you'll see as we go on. He has a plethora of medical information, and the CEO of CNN for All. Recently, Doc was the chief medical officer, the medical director of Provena, now present United Samaritan Medical Center in Danville, Illinois. He was there in all of 2008 and parts of 2009. Prior to that, he was a dean of one of the top 12 medical schools out of 300 plus medical schools in India, Christian Medical College, Ludhiana, India. Doc, with his wife Prema, who is also a retired physician and professor, spent 43 years at the Christian Medical College, Ludhiana, first as medical students and then as faculty until their retirement in 2000. They now reside in Urbana, where they've been since 2005. Doc, got an outstanding resume. I'm privileged to have you as a co-host. It's good to be with you and for you to be with me at this week's breaking news in wellness and health. Now you, Mr. Medical Director, have to tell the folks what we are all about here.
Please, this is not medical advice. This is for your information only. Do not change your treatment based on this info. You may mention this to your doctor. You may ask your friends and your families and others to watch this.
Yes, we're trying to get prime time here.
Mm-hmm. And yes.
Yeah, you really ask your physician to watch breaking news so he gets a better idea of what we're about. If you need to communicate with us, you can do it by email at breakingnews@cnnforall.com or by mail.
Mm-hmm. You can say breaking news, P.O. Box 17494, Urbana, Illinois 61803.
Okay, well, let's jump right into our subject matter today, Doc, heart disease. Heart disease patients with positive attitudes likely to exercise and live longer. Heart disease patients with positive attitudes are more likely to exercise and live longer. I repeated that because it's important.
That is, according to new research in the American Heart Association journal, Circulation, Cardiovascular Quality and Outcome, September 2013, the most positive patients exercised more and had a 40% less chance of dying for any reason during the follow-up period. That's were less than 10% among patients with less positive attitudes, and 50 deaths occurred, that is 16.5. Positive mood and exercise also cut the risk of heart-related hospitalizations.
Oh, one should focus not only on increasing positive attitude in cardiac rehab, but also make sure that patients perform exercise on a regular basis, as exercise is associated with both increased levels of optimism and better health.
Better health.
Mood and exercise have a chicken and egg two-way relationship, with each factor influencing the other. Mm-hmm. Man, positive attitude. Who would have thought, Doc?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Positive, negative. 6% differential immediately
It is.
in people that are dying or living.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to keep looking forward. How about this, Doc? Antisocial texting by teens linked to bad behavior. For American teenagers, most text messaging is as harmless as passing notes, but the University of Texas at Dallas researchers have discovered that engaging in antisocial texting can actually predict deviant behavior.
Mm-hmm. It's very little compared to the volume of the other. In the Journal of Abnormal Child Psychology, September 2013, scientists in the School of Behavioral and Brain Sciences at the UT Dallas reported a correlation between the frequency with such adolescents text about antisocial behaviors and the likelihood that they will engage in them.
Right.
Discussing antisocial behavior, substance abuse, property crimes, physical aggression, that sort of thing. And how discussing that predicts actually engaging in this problem behavior. Basically, does talking about bad behavior predict bad behavior?
That's a question mark, isn't it? Yes, sir. Less than 2% of the total messages sent and received had a strong link exchanging antisocial texts and the ratings of antisocial and aggressive behavior at the end of the school year. So, in effect, it does.
Yes, it
does. It is a predictor.
Yes.
Okay, well, you got to watch what your kids are doing on your phone. Study finds men are more likely to develop physical illnesses than women. Go figure. Men were more likely to develop a physical illness than women during a 10-year period studied by researchers at St. Michael's Hospital in Canada.
Yes, and the findings appears online in the Journal of Epidemiology and Community Health, September 2013, based on Canadian Community Health Survey. Having mental illness increases the risk of developing a physical illness by 10 times in both men and women, the study found. Women were at a 14% reduced risk compared to men of developing physical illness, meaning that men are disadvantaged from a health perspective.
About 25 to 30% of the population lives with a mental health disorder in a given year. Boy, I didn't know that.
1 out of 4.
Oh my goodness. That's sobering. All right, try this, Doc. Trying to be happier really can work. Think yourself happy. Becoming happier is as easy as trying to be. Is becoming happy as easier as trying to become happy? Research says not the latest research.
Yes.
By 2 U.S. academics suggests that this actually might be true.
Writing in the Journal of Positive Psychology, September 2013, Ferguson and Sheldon present the results of their recent experiments into trying to become happier. In the first study, 2 sets of participants listened to happy music. Those who actively tried to feel happier reported the highest level of positive mood afterwards. In the second study, participants listened to a range of positive music over a 2-week period. Those who were instructed to focus on improving their happiness experienced a greater increase in happiness than those who were just told just to focus on music.
What seems to have made one group so much happier than the other in their respective studies was a combination of actively trying to become happier and using the right methods. In this case, listening to happy music. You know, I read someplace in a pretty famous book, and it said, "A merry heart doeth good like a medicine."
That it is the best medicine.
Yeah.
And laughter too.
Oh my, you know what?
Laughter
I told
is
my wife, we need to laugh very good
the best
at
medicine.
least once a day. So I've committed to doing it at least once a day.
Good. Can be more.
Listen, I see all these people with these funny cigarettes. E-cigarettes and nicotine patches have a comparable success in helping smokers to quit. The first ever trial to compare e-cigarettes, that's those electronic things that just give you nicotine, with nicotine patches has found that both methods result in comparable success in quitting, with roughly similar proportions of smokers who use either method remaining abstinent from smoking for 6 months after a 13-week course of patches or e-cigarettes. That's good news, isn't it, Doc?
And the study presented in September 2013 at the European Respiratory Society, ERS, annual Congress in Barcelona, Spain, and published in Lancet. You know, the study was done down under in the National Institute for health innovation at the University of Auckland in New Zealand. The study established a very critical benchmark for e-cigarette performance compared to nicotine patches and placebo e-cigarettes, but there is still so much that is unknown about the effectiveness and long-term effects of e-cigarettes. But this is kind of a start.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've been talking about health. Now I think Doc's going to give us another health song, aren't you? All right, let's roll.
Yes, and we will have a health song, just two of us.
Okay, or one of us.
Both of us. Eat more of veggies, whole grains. Again. Eat more of veggies, whole grain. Eat more of fruits and nuts. Eat more of fruits and nuts. Eat less of fried food, sugar, starch. Say no to soda pop. Eat less of fried food, sugar, and starch. Say no to soda pop. Exercise half hour daily, 5 times or more weekly. Walk, jog, run, bike, treadmill, and elliptical till we are drenched in sweat. Exercise half hour daily, 5 times or more weekly. Walk, jog, run, bike, treadmill, elliptical, till we are drenched in sweat.
Yes. All right. Well, we want to thank Science Daily and all the fellas here at
yes, this is
UPTV.
Yeah, when it comes to this, eat more of veggies, we have got to keep singing this.
Yeah.
Why the same thing? Because that is the biggest problem that is facing the whole world.
Absolutely. And people are eating the wrong kind of food. And what we've heard through this whole program is eating, what we eat is critical to how we feel and how long we live. We want to thank the info from Science Daily. Thank you at the Science Daily people. Also, the City of Urbana's UPTV production coordinator. Again, the one and only Jason Liggett. Production intern, Caleb Serpentis, and the UPTV station manager, Jake Schumacher. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back very soon.
Bicyclists are granted all of the rights and are subject to all of the duties applicable to the driver of a motor vehicle. At stop signs and traffic signals, all vehicles must stop and either wait for a green light or proceed through the stop sign in the order that is appropriate. Bicyclists, by stopping at stop signs and traffic signals, you will make a positive impression and earn respect for following the rules of the road.
Compassion Now Network for All, in short, CNN for All, Urbana, Illinois, USA.
And Bethel House of Refuge, Muhammad, Illinois. Once again, we present this week's breaking news in wellness and health for all people and all professionals. Hi, I'm the Pete of Dr. Z and Pete. This fellow is my distinguished co-host, my good friend, Dr. Alex Rama Zachariah. Doc is also a medical professor and the CEO of CNN for All. Good to have you with me today, Doc.
And good to have you,
Yay,
sir.
good to be here. Breaking news in wellness and health. Disparities in lung function found worldwide may impact health. A global study led by McMaster University researchers has found large differences in lung function between healthy people from different socioeconomic and geographical regions of the world, which could impact their health. Come on, Doc.
Now, this is a worldwide study. The study published in the journal Lancet Respiratory Medicine, September 2013, is from the international team of researchers who conducted the acronym PURE, PURE, Prospective Urban Rural Epidemiological Study
Man.
at the McMaster University in Canada.
No wonder they call it pure.
Yeah, I've been there. Anyway, the highest lung functions was found in individuals in North America and Europe.
Developed countries.
This was followed by South America, Middle East, China, Sub-Saharan Africa, Malaysia, and South Asia. But South Asians had the lowest lung function by 30% lower compared to North Americans and Europeans.
Oh my goodness, the study included 154,000 adult non-smokers between 35 and 70 years old from 17 countries from 4 continents. So that was a pretty widely used.
Yes. And this is comprehensive. Yes.
Look, cold weather, which we're coming into, produces more heart attacks. Researchers find cold weather leads to more heart attacks, according to research presented at ESC Congress 2013 by Professor Mark Claes from Belgium. The multifactorial study of nearly 16,000 patients found no relationship between heart attacks and air pollution. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes. This study from Belgium was presented at the European Society of Cardiology, their Congress in this month, September 2013.
Yeah.
In a global environmental model, low temperature is by far the most important environmental trigger for acute myocardial infarction, AMI, whereas air pollution has negligible effect.
Okay, so people at risk of AMI, for example, elderly patients with diabetes and hypertension, can minimize their risk by avoiding big changes in temperature.
Swings.
This means wearing suitable clothing when going from the warm indoors to the colder outdoors, even beyond wintertime. It also means pay attention when you're shoveling snow.
That's a very
A lot of
important.
people have that heart attack when they're shoveling snow. So,
And it is heavy.
all right, now listen. Here's another for obesity. Move it and lose it. Every brisk minute counts. That's what they're saying. To win the war against weight gain, obesity, it turns out that every skirmish matters, as long as a physical activity puts your heart and lungs to work.
A quick
You
burst
found
of
that out
activity.
about riding your bicycle, huh?
In a new study published in the American Journal of Health Promotion, September 2013, from the University of Utah, researchers found that even brief episodes of physical activity that exceed a certain level of intensity can have a positive effect on weight, and thus the current recommendation of 10 or more minutes at a time. This study shows that for preventing weight gain, the intensity of the activity matters more than
That's good news.
duration.
That's very good news. This is a new understanding, and it is important because fewer than 5% of American adults today, fewer than 5% achieve the recommended level of physical activity in a week according to the current physical activity guidelines. No wonder obesity is a problem.
Less than 5%. Knowing that even short bouts of brisk activity can add up to a positive effect is an encouraging message for promoting better health, particularly for this 5%.
I'm telling you, my goodness.
They better get moving, not just running to and fro from the refrigerator,
That's right.
as you keep saying.
Big belly increases death risk in heart attack survivors. Having a big belly increases the risk of death in heart attack survivors. Lifestyle interventions in heart attack patients should focus on losing abdominal fat.
This study from France was presented at the European Society of Cardiology Congress, September this month, 2013.
Breaking news again.
At the time of a heart attack, early mortality tends to be lower in obese patients, a phenomenon well known in critical care institutions and described as obesity paradox. High waist circumference, severe obesity, and underweight are associated. with the greatest risk of death in heart attack survivors.
It's not good to be too lean or too fat. But it is worse still when you have the big belly. One need to focus more on the most severe forms of obesity and abdominal obesity and on other risk factors such as smoking and being sedentary. That's not moving, couch potato, rather than an overweight and mild obesity. My goodness. Well, here we have more. Physical activity decreases sudden cardiac risk in unfit men. Physical activity decreases the risk of sudden cardiac death in unfit men, reveals research from Finland, as was presented at the European Society of the Cardiology Congress, again in September of 2013. Tell us about it, Doc.
Sudden cardiac death, SCD, accounts for approximately 50% of deaths from coronary heart disease. SCD, sudden cardiac death, typically occurs shortly after the onset of symptoms, leaving little time for effective medical interventions, and most cases occur outside hospital with few or no early warning signs. The current study investigated the impact of high leisure time physical activity, LTPA, combined with cardiorespiratory fitness, CRF, on the risk of sudden cardiac death.
The study indicates that a higher amount of leisure time physical activity might reduce the risk of sudden cardiac death, the SCD, among men with low cardiorespiratory fitness. So with all that, I think we've got another health song, right?
With a visitor.
Who's the visitor?
Ross Yoha.
Ah, the biofeedback doctor. All right, let's find Ross in the green room and get him out here. We'll be right back. So we have our internationally known expert biofeedback fellow with us today, Dr. Ross Yoha. Welcome, Dr. Yoha.
Eat more of veggies, whole grain. Can you sing with
more?
me?
Yeah, I can try. You're talking about eating more. We're talking about obesity, and you're talking about feeding your face.
Okay.
Look at you.
Oh,
You've slimmed down a little bit, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're looking good today, and I see you red shirt. That shows class.
You look handsome.
Thank you, sir. You ready?
As always.
All right.
Eat more of veggies, whole grains. How about you singing? Okay.
Okay.
Eat more of veggies, whole grains. Eat more of fruits and nuts. Eat more of fruits and nuts.
Yeah, are you going to sing?
Eat more of fruits and nuts.
You can't just put it
Good
on
job.
me.
Thank
That's
you.
right. All right.
How about you?
All right. I already did. I sang with you.
Okay.
All right.
Eat less of fried food, sugar, and starch. Come on, you sing. Eat less of fried food, sugar, and starch.
Say no.
Hey,
sorry.
You are taking my song.
Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Oh,
Don't you steal my song. No, I won't.
you're starting to crowd me a little bit, Doc. I'm giving some breathing room here.
What did we sing?
You ready?
Yeah.
We're singing Say No to Soda Pop.
Oh, eat
you ready?
less of fried food, sugar, and starch. Say no to soda pop. Can you say no to soda pop? No, very hard. I like Coke. Well, you had to say no to soda pop. I'll try.
Okay, no more Diet Coke.
Exercise half hour daily. Not more? It's good to exercise more, that at least half hour daily, okay?
Okay.
Okay, again. Exercise half hour daily. 5 times or more weekly. 5 times or more weekly. Walk, jog, run, bike, treadmill, elliptical now. Okay, walk, jog, run,
Bike, treadmill, elliptical.
and also you can swim. Oh, you can swim also. Okay.
Oh, yeah, swim.
Walk, jog, run, bike, treadmill, elliptical, till you are drenched.
in sweat.
Okay, walk, jog, run, bike, treadmill, elliptical, till you are
drenched.
we. Good. You must be soaked in sweat. Okay, I'll try. Till we are drenched in sweat. Okay, sing that once more.
All right.
Walk, jog, run, bike, treadmill, elliptical, till we are so drenched,
Doc.
in sweat.
In sweat.
Thank you.
Thank you. What do you think, Doc? The info we brought, telling people they need to get with it, take charge of their own health, pay attention to what they eat, get rid of cigarettes, get off the couch, and start moving. All right. We want to thank the people from Science Daily that have provided us with the information that we have provided you. We also would like to thank the City of Urbana's UPTV production coordinator, Jason Liggett, the one and only, production intern Caleb Serpentis, and the UPTV station manager, Jake Schumacher. We want to thank Dr. Yoha for being with us.
Thank you.
And we want to thank you for being with us and invite you to come back next week. We'll see you the next time. Be healthy.